Attention everyone, today is the start of our journey to becoming a legend in this series as we have our first 2 games with Kings Lynn Town. The board are expecting the playoffs at the very minimum, and that would be a great way to start the series in our first season. Specifically, our first 2 games will be at home against AFC Telford and away at Hereford in the National League North. Just to remind you from the last episode as well, we haven't started the season yet, obviously these are the first 2 games, but the board are expecting us to finish in the playoffs, and we are predicted to finish 8th, which technically is just outside of the playoffs, but as long as we're in that conversation, I think it'll be absolutely fine. Now, obviously in the last episode as well, we did go through all of the transfers, if I can actually find it on these menus. I did go over it in more depth in the last episode, so I do urge you to go and watch that after this episode. But we've managed to get a few players in just to kind of cover some of the gaps that we've got in this squad. So Jordan Green is a 30-year-old winger. He can play on the left and the right hand side, probably going to play on the right to start. Kieran Flannery, English left back, 20 years old. He can also play centre back as well, and at 6'2", he more or less will probably fill in there at some point. But he's going to be a backup. That will be very, very handy. And of course, we've got a loan in as well from Sutton United. Junior Eccleston, an 18-year-old centre-back. It's actually shorter than Kieran Flannery. I completely forgot about that. But he's still going to come in handy. He'll probably see a bit more game time as well this season, especially with some of these physicals that he's got going on. He's one of our fastest defenders, I believe. Certainly at centre-back. So we're just going to get straight into the games to start things off, and this is going to be the team that we are going to send out. In goal is Paul Jones, our 39-year-old backup. Our normal keeper, I should probably show this. We did pick up some injuries in pre-season, and one of them, unfortunately, was Chapman. Aaron Chapman, he's got a dislocated shoulder. He's out for up to 3 months. Adam Marriott, he was already injured, but he's back in the next 4 to 9 days, so we may or may not see him in the second match. But someone we should see in the second match will be Morgan Williams. He is out with a twisted ankle, 1 to 3 days. I think he's our best midfielder. Yeah, he's our best central midfielder, so he's out of this match. We should see him against Telford at some point, so we can get 2 of them back. That's absolutely fine. But unfortunately, we're going to have to go with Jones, who is 39 years old at this point. We do have a younger keeper, but he's just not as good. Who is that? It's Louis Chadwick, not Luke Chadwick of Manchester United fame. But yeah, he's just not as good as Paul Jones. He might be, but we'll see how he goes anyway. We'll see how the old man does in goal first. Reece Hall-Johnson is at right back, and he's our best right back, one of our best players. And he's also our new vice captain as well. I can't remember who the previous guy was, but he has stepped in as vice captain. Reece Doherty at centre-back, one of our more pacey centre-backs as well, along with the aforementioned Junior Eccleston. Bailey Clements at left-back, so Kieran Flannery will be covering him. A bit more cover at left-back, which is what we needed. Michael Clunan is our best player at this club, allegedly. He's going to be playing at defensive midfield. He is also our captain, hence the leadership of 16. Where's he from? He's Malaysian? Fair enough. I've never had a Malaysian in my team before. Who's this? Jack Lambert, another central midfielder or attacking midfielder or winger. Very good technically, decent mentally, and average in terms of physicals. So he's not someone I'll probably play on the wing unless needed. Hopefully not. Maja, who's this? Emmanuel Maja. I'm still getting used to my own players here. 24-year-old English defensive or central midfielder. He's going to be playing in front of Clunan. Physically pretty decent, mentally average, technically not very good, but we're using what we have at the moment. We'll see how he does. Right wing, we've also got with Jordan Green, who we've seen before. He's got the physicals to do it. Michael Gassi, again, another winger. He can also play up front as well, so nice little bit of option for him just in case we need it. He's got the physicals, not necessarily the finishing to actually play up front, but you never know, he could actually surprise us. But the man starting up front is Gold Omateo, and I hope he will be the gold standard for us as a striker. The fact that's the only position he can play apart from goalkeeper. So God forbid we actually have a goalkeeper sent off, this man is going in. But he's very strong, not very quick, but he's like your typical target forwards. But we're playing him as a centre forward, I believe. Yeah, we're playing him as a centre forward just to start. If it doesn't work out, we might go 2 up top, see how that goes. There's a few options that we could probably do with this squad, be it the 4-3-3 that we have now, or 4-2-4, or even a 4-1-2-1-2. Eccleston needs a squad number. He's not having number 13. I hate any of my players having the number 13. I consider it a poor number to choose. But here we are going for the first game of the season. Just let everyone know, yo, I trust them to go out and do a good job. Let us get into it. I think I have the volume on. Now that I think about it, I'm just going to check that in a moment and switch it off because I don't really want to have the chance going while I'm actually talking as well. We've not played any games, obviously. First game of the season. First chance to see what this squad can actually do or what they can't do, because if these players were perfect, they would not be in the National League North. Let's be honest. Right, match sounds, music, ambient sounds. We'll just turn it off. Certainly for this save anyway. If I was streaming, then absolutely they'd be on. But for these videos, they don't need to be on. I'm going to be talking. I don't really want to have a clash of sounds all over the place. It just seems very, very unseemly. But so far, 13, oh, there we go, first highlight, 13 minutes gone. We are playing in blue, just for the avoidance of doubt. Telford in the white. And Doherty getting his head on the ball. But Jordan Green, new signing. Let's see what you can do. I need to change the actual camera angle. There we go, it's a little bit better. We can see a bit more of what's happening. Gassi with the ball in, and it's on Matteo, the big man with the header at the far post. A beautiful cross by Gassi, and that's exactly what we needed to get started. 14 minutes gone. It is Kings Lynn Town 1, Telford 0. Beautiful cross on the turn by Gassi, and on Matteo. He was actually challenged there, and Cawthorne just couldn't get anywhere near him. That is an excellent header. I don't even think he had to get off the ground, which, considering Mateo is 6'4", is probably about right. He doesn't need to jump for very much, let's be honest. But an excellent start to the game, as we're halfway through the first half already. And just by the looks of it, we are kind of all over Telford, which is an excellent sign. Again, it's a 46-game season. There's a lot of things that will happen in a season. These 2 matches are basically a bit of a taster, a bit of a tester, just to see where this squad is at. And from there, it will just help me kind of formulate what positions we need to improve in. Maybe probably improve in defence because, wow, they just got beaten for pace there. Oh dear, we just got beaten for pace there. That's our 2 fastest defenders as well. Maybe we're playing a bit too high up. Who was that? That was Eccleston and Marjo. I don't know why Marjo is that far back. But Eccleston just got beat for pace. Might be worth just dropping the line a little bit. Well, we're playing a standard line anyway. We're not playing that high up. Or have I got step up on? Oh gosh, I've got step up on. Right. So the defenders are playing high up. Might be worth not having that. As we go in half time, 1-1. We've just made that one change. We can still win this. That's absolutely fine. All to play for, lads. All to play for. But yeah, our defenders are not that fast. There's no point in having them step up if they can't match the pace of the strikers. Even at this level, the strikers can still be stupidly fast. We're relying on our target man up front. But considering this is actually my first team in this series, this is the first job I've got in any form of the game in this series. I was quite surprised actually to get a promotion chasing team, a team that wants the playoffs at minimum in the National League North, and I've just realised it's 74 minutes. So let's make some changes. Clunan's not had a good game. Let's try him a bit further forward. Can he play further forward? He can. I don't even know what that role is. Marja apparently can play there. Clunan. I want to click on the role. Here we are. Okay, so you can play. Screw it, we'll have him as an attacking midfielder from central midfield. Marja. I mean, he can't actually play there. Van Leer, where can he play? He's a central midfielder as well. Marja can play at defensive midfield anyway. Is that his best position? I mean, let's put him as a DRP, a deep line playmaker. Let's just see how he does with that. Williams, I don't even know how good this guy is. He can play as a striker or winger. Okay, any of my wingers not having a good game. Green is having an awful game. In fact, what foot is Williams? He prefers the right foot. Okay. And Gassi is a right footer as well, I think. Yeah, he is. He's having a good game out on the left. Leave him there. And just having a look as well. Clements is not having a good game, so we'll try Flannery. We'll try the new signing, Flannery. So that's 2 of my 3 signings. We'll see how they do. No, all 3 of my signings have been on the pitch today, actually. Sorry, Eccleston started. And he's not even fully match fit. But as I was saying before, to get a playoff chasing team in the first season in this series is quite the coup, as we have headed into the 90th minute. Any late drama, boys? Any late winner? Absolutely not. It is a 1-1 draw at home against Telford. I haven't even looked at how good Telford are. Hall Johnson's looking stressed. Why? No need to be stressed, man. I don't know how good Telford are supposed to be this season. We'll just have a quick look at that, where they are in the actual... Oh, hello, there's a sign in the actual season preview. We'll come to that in a moment. 8th, Telford 16th. They're just newly promoted. Okay. Logan Stretch is going to come in on loan. This is one of my director of football signings. End of season. He's a free player. First choice goalkeeper at 18. I'm a daredevil right now. Screw it. I know nothing about the game, clearly. I'm still football scum at this point. So let's just accept that and see how good this player is. Well, my director of football might have an eye for talent, because Logan Stretch is a 3-star goalkeeper with 5 stars of potential, and he doesn't look too bad. I mean, he's got agility. He's actually got more agility than all other goalkeepers. Let's just compare him quickly to Chapman, who's our number 1 keeper. So attributes. He's got more than double the agility. That is brilliant. Yeah, if he's going to be first choice goalkeeper, then that's absolutely fine. We'll put him in the next match away at Hereford. We also do have another goalkeeper that apparently he wants to bring in. He wants to have about... Our director of football wants to have about 5 goalkeepers. I'm going to say no to that one, because I want him to go for different players. On another note as well, that game against Telford was a fan day, and we got 1,400 people in. That is excellent. I don't think we get 1,400 people normally. Did that make a difference to the finances? Yeah, it's still about 50,000. £50,000 is better in the bank than not. Right, we'll be back with the next match, which I think is only in a couple of days anyway, so I'll see you in a couple of days. So we are now on to match day 2 away at Hereford, and there have been a few changes to the squad. The player that we looked at just before, Logan Stretch, he is on loan from Sheffield Wednesday of the Championship. Excellent stuff. No professional career appearances, so today is his full professional debut. No pressure, kid. We want the playoffs this season. Also, Morgan Williams, one of our best players in the team. He is back from injury, and he slots straight into central midfield. I think he can only play for like a maximum 75 minutes, so he'll get a good run out as well. Paul Jones, who was in goal for the last game, he is on the bench. And Adam Marriott, he is actually back from injury. He can play a maximum of 45 minutes, but I'll leave him out for this one, just because I think there's a better option that I do want to explore. We'll see him probably in future episodes anyway. But for now, those are the only changes. Logan Stretch comes in goal, and Morgan Williams is in central midfield for the now injured Emmanuel Maja, who has twisted his ankle and is out for up to 3 weeks, which is a bit of a shame, but he didn't really show much in the last game anyway. As we give number 19 to Logan Stretch, he's not getting number 13. I don't even know if he has a favoured number at all. But this is now our 4th goalkeeper in this entire squad. But let's just go and see if he is actually any good. Like I said, he's got, or as we've seen, he has more agility than all the other goalkeepers put together, I believe. He's double that of Chapman, as we saw in the last match. match speed looks very slow. It is on 1.5, so fair enough. In this game now, we are playing in our home kits, even though we're away from home. We're playing in the blue and yellow. You know, the kit that I'm certainly most familiar with. I didn't even know what their away kit was until the last game, but Hereford in all black and white, so it makes sense at their place. As here we see Williams on the ball for the first time in this series, and he's hoping he can make a nice little difference for our team in a good way. Clunan didn't have a good match last time out, but as he's one of our better players, I am willing to give him a bit of time. Gassi with the ball, and there is Omateo! Omateo, sorry. I'll get his name right, don't worry. But he heads the ball just wide. At least he's off the mark for this season. But I can't shake the feeling that he'd probably be better with a second striker up front. In which case we'll need to get another striker. We do have 2 other strikers in the squad, but actually 3, because Gassi can play up front, but he's good on the left wing at the moment. But if we can get us another striker in, that will certainly help our cause, as that shot is just wide. Very good chance there for Hereford to take the lead. Good chances for both sides so far. There's probably a good chance by the time we come back for the next episode, I will probably have gone to a 2-striker setup. That is usually how I like to have my setups. It's just whenever I start with a new team at the very beginning, I go with what is recommended tactical wise, just to see what they can and can't do, and if there's anything that's just sort of nagging at my mind of maybe where we should go a completely different way. Well, at the moment I'm thinking 2 strikers up front, because it's just, for me, it's certainly more effective, especially the big man little man combination in lower league football. So don't be surprised if that's what you see by the next episode. By which point I hope to be a good chunk of the way through the season. I am very conscious, as we go in at half-time 0-0, I'm very conscious that we spent the first 3 episodes, obviously, on the first month and a half. I mean, that does make sense. We had the job search, obviously, first episode, second episode, getting used to the team, and any transfers that were made, of which a few were, and then obviously first games in the 3rd episode. So it does make a bit of sense, but at the same time, I do want to get a good chunk of the way through the season now, even if it is the first season, and just get to the business end, the meat in the pie, effectively, or the what's a good way to describe it for any vegans or vegetarians out there? Not everybody likes meat. I am very aware of that. The meat and potatoes of the whole meal. There you go. As Hereford are on the move here, and that is awful. An awful goal to concede. Wingers are very, very strong. I do know that, and we're going to have to go attacking. And it's probably going to be at this point. I don't want to see that again. It's probably at this point, I'm probably just going to go straight to 2 attackers. Come on, boys, get a hold of the ball here. Yeah, there we go. Gassi, Williams, Clunan. Clunan got lucky with that. Jordan Green. He needs to put in a good performance this time as well. There is Clunan. Plays it in. And, oh, we've just hit the bar. I don't know who that was. It wasn't Gassi. It was this guy. It was Lambert. And the ball is cleared, and we've got far too much space in the midfield, but I'm going to have to sort that out in between these games, in between episodes as well. What we are going to do, Williams is going to drop in here. We're going to have 2 defensive midfielders, and Williams, can you play as a box-to-box? You can, so that's exactly what we're going to do. Omateo is going to play as the target forward. Lambert is going to go off for Williams, who is quite pacey, so he can be the channel forward. Yeah, that's his best role. Let's just see if that actually works. Can he play? Apparently, Gassi can play as an inside winger. Screw it, I do like an inside winger. They are very useful, especially as we've got Clements operating as a wing back. Let's see if that makes any difference. We've got half an hour to go. Let's see what we can get out of this. We are attacking. As the ball comes out, and there is Williams. Oh my god, what a goal! Oh my god, that's the best goal I've seen on FM26 so far. He thumped that into the back of the net. As the commentary says, 25-yard screamer. Ball was headed out as far as Williams, and did he get this on the first? No, it was the second touch. Lofted it over the keeper. Oh, that was a thing of beauty. That caught me completely off guard. That's the best goal I've scored in FM26 so far. 70 minutes gone. What changes can we do to make things that little bit better? Clements is just not having a good game, so Flannery's motivated. Let's give him a chance. What does it say? Settling into the match well. That's Williams. Oh, I wonder why. Nyawema? I need to learn that name. Green is just having a bad game. He is having a terrible game, so we're gonna take him off. Joe Nyawema. Just call him Joe for the moment. I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna call him Joe. My uncultured English tongue can't understand some of these names. Williams with the ball. Well, sorry, Morgan Williams. There's 2 Williams on the pitch. I've just realised that. Theo. I wonder if Hereford is scared of him now because he can smash a ball like that. Flannery. Play it in, man. Oh, he's beaten his man. He's played it in. And now it's Gassy. We have turned it around. It's Hereford 1. Kings Lynn Town 2. Flannery did all the work down the left-hand side. He is truly motivated. I think he's done more in that one highlight and the 10 minutes of being on than Clements has done all game so far. That was pleasing to see. We're going to drop back to positive, just to give ourselves a bit more in the midfield. But overall, very well done to these boys for turning it around so far. As we are counting down the minutes currently. In fact, what I am going to do, my usual tricks from series gone by. We're just going to start wasting the time down a little bit. Counter attack. We're still going to do counter attack for a moment. Oh my god, we still got step up more on. What is wrong with me? Get stuck in, that's fine. More often, yeah, that's fine. As we're hoping for our first win of the season, as we get another highlight after 91 minutes. There are 4 minutes of added time. Go on, Williams. Oh god, who was that who got beaten to the ball? That is Clunan. He's not the most convincing at defensive midfield. Oh, you should have let the keeper get that. Oh, who was that defender who cleared it? Oh my god, I thought that was going to go in. Logan Stretch. I think that's the first... Is that the first save he's made? Or I've seen him make? If so, that was very, very important because I think he was kind of blindsided by that. But we have picked up a massive 3 points. And that is 4 points from 2 games at the start of the season. That is not too bad. That is pretty decent. And that is certainly a good way to start the season. As I don't think we've picked up any injuries there. No, thank goodness. Right, take this with a pinch of salt. We are 2 games into the season, but we are currently in the playoffs. Stop the season here. We're in the playoffs. We're good. But 4 points from 2 games, that is certainly pleasing, certainly for a manager like myself with, again, no skin in the game. And now we hope to go on a good run over however many games until the next episode. I am currently thinking October, November time. We will probably come back unless something massive or significant happens before then. But by the time you see me in the next episode, we'll have a good idea of where we are in the league and where we stand. So, if you have enjoyed this episode, make sure that you hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future episodes and videos that are coming out on the channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode.